Hey guys, Ian Huff from Heat Up Studios here, and today is the day where I do an Q&A for Amazing Spider-Man Dream for Hero. And I'm so happy that I finally get to do a second Q&A video, because my first Q&A video was also known as Spider-Man's Nowhere, made by Revelation Pictures, and I'm very hyped to see that film because of how cool it is. And yeah, I'm really hyped about it. If you have not seen that video, I'll leave a link down in the description below, and I encourage you guys to go watch that video. It is really good. The film's not out yet, that's for sure. So there hasn't been a release date for it yet. The official trailer hasn't been out either, and yeah, no worries about it. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Amazing Spider-Man Dream of a Hero. But just forewarning, if you guys have not seen Amazing Spider-Man Dream of a Hero, please go watch the description down below and stop watching this video because of spoilers if you have not seen the film. And there's a lot of stuff that you'll get to know later on. So this is where I get to ask your questions and I will answer them. For people who have seen it, this is the place to do the Q&A. But for those who have not seen it, I promise you I'll leave the description link down in the description down below, along with Spider-Man to Nowhere Q&A video. So let's get into your guys' questions. The first question is from Brown Bear Prox Productions. He asked me, how, and his question is, how are you? That's a good question. So, well, I've been doing alright, I guess, and, although I've been doing some planning, working, well, I don't have a job yet. I just been released from my mission about a month ago. I've been doing a lot of videos and a lot of reaction videos. I've been busy working on a costume, a Spider-Man costume, and I can't tell you what yet, but I will say later on in the video about what Spider-Man suit that will be revealed later, in the next video. Or I could just set it off in a community post. So, after that, I joined the YSA, which was really fun. Made some really good friends, and it was really fun. And I've been doing a lot. It was a busy time, man. I've been really busy with everything. So, above what I've been doing, I've been fine. Been writing, planning. I finished writing the script for the sequel, which I'll tell later in the video. But I can't tell you the title yet because it's better that way. And yeah. So above all that, I'm okay. I'm very good. Thank you for asking. So the next question is from Cinefastique Productions. So his questions he asked me, how did you make your suit? That is a good question. So it's been like, man, that was 2 years ago, man. That suit was been around. I've had that 2 years ago. I mean, I didn't have it that long. It was only like I had it 6 months, but I don't have that anymore. But I did have the remains of it. So how I made it? That's a good question. So I had this old video. Back in 2021, which was the year that was originally released. Where I tells us the stuff that I got. So so there is some stuff that I do have, and the others I don't have. So the first thing was, I had this red turtleneck, sort of a size small, and it has that tight fit, form fit, and it originally had a long sleeve, and I cut it out because I wanted to make my own version of a homemade Spider-Man suit. I added my own version of the Spider-Man logo. That was a really good logo. I really love that. It was really great. And then the rest of the suit, I did sort of a lot of pieces with it. I had the blue women's shirt, a medium-sized version of it, and it fits really good. It's very comfy. And the third piece was the blue leggings that I got from a Halloween store, which was not really a bad price. It was a good price. And then I got two long red socks with white stripes. Yeah, I don't know why, but that suit, yeah, those socks, yeah, they were very long. They went up to the knee. They were like close to my knee. It's like literally not joking. It goes up to my knee. And it was really good. Those are really good socks. Along with that, I had some red Converse shoes. Not like those high top Converse shoes. It's just the regular to the ankle Converse shoes. Kind of the classic look that I want to go for, because it was pretty crazy. And then another piece. The two pieces were the gloves. The gloves I still have, thank goodness. I mean, the blue leggings, the red homemade spider shirt, turtleneck, and the blue women's shirt. Those are gone. I'll tell you why later in another video. Later in the video. So you know what? I'm gonna tell you. I kind of cut it, turned it into a battle damage look because I didn't have any other ones, and then because I wanted a different suit. And if you see the pictures right here, it's what happened to them. But I have a different mask. That's another thing. I have another mask, and I used that mask for a battle damage mask. But the suit, I cut it up, which I shouldn't have done. And after that, I mistakenly threw it away. Before the move, I don't know why. I didn't know what I was thinking. I acted without thinking. I was doing the film, and then I threw it away. It was gone, and it was gone in history. Couldn't find anything similar to that here in Texas. But I like the new one I just worked on, and the other ones I have that you've already seen from my other pictures. Those ones are really good, and hopefully I'll use them later in the future. Which I'm not going to say much about anymore. So yeah, and the mask so I still have, the only thing I still have is the mask. So the mask was just a red morph mask from a Halloween store, from the same Halloween store, same with the battle damage mask. And yeah, it was really good. That was just puff paint, PVC mesh, some craft foam all together, and trying to make it similar to Amazing Fantasy FC15 mixed with Spectacular Spider-Man. That was a really good mixture that I was going for, and yeah, I really loved it. It was really great. So yeah, and the back emblem that you saw from the film, that was blue because I used this it's right here, this blue slick tulip slick puff paint, and it works really good on it. And I also used that for the spider suit, which I should talk about that later, somehow later. And yeah, that's how I made my suit. And yeah, that's how I made it. Now for the next question. This question is from Falana Monroe. She asked, how long did Spider-Man Dream of a Hero take to create, including script writing, acting, filming, and editing? That's a lot. That's a big question. That is a good question. So to answer that question, it was based from. I tried to take some inspirations, but I didn't have any inspirations or anything, so I did a lot of writing for since 2 months. I've been rewriting, replanning, re-edit, I had to do everything. Oh man. So I wrote a script. I've been writing from a notebook. From this notebook right here. That's where I got the whole script. But now I have that in my bucket. Yeah, here it is. Here's the complete, and here is this whole complete script. This thing took me about a month around Christmas time, during my Christmas vacation with the whole family in Florida to Disney World, Universal Orlando Resort, and other places there. And this thing took me a long time to get right. This was from my previous channel, and this whole thing was so long, and the whole thing was supposed to be the film was originally 19 minutes, and then after that I shortened it to be a remastered version and added some stuff, released it, and yeah. So this thing, I originally had it for filmed it. So for filming wise, it took me 2 months. No joke, 2 months. I made the suit in about a week. So I did some solo filming for a few days, 2 or 3 days, and after that, I filmed. Me and my brothers filmed the big fight scene between Spider-Man and Scorpion for 2 days. No joke, 2 days. And that was it. But then after that was another solo shot scene that you saw where Uncle Ben was dead. And yeah, well, we originally borrowed a video from Amazing Spider-Man clip, the actual film, but I didn't want. But that's when I uploaded that. That's when I had to re-edit and all that. So editing, it took me weeks. No kidding, it took me almost a month. And no joke, I had to work on that thing for a while, and it was nuts. And yeah, and acting. I mean, I'm not good at acting. I pretty much started developing acting for a while. Because I've always been a fan of Spider-Man ever since I was a little boy, and man, it was so much. I've always wanted to make a film about it. Ever since I was 15, I've always wanted to make a Spider-Man fan film, but I didn't know how I would approach it. So the idea just took me 6 years. No joke, 6 long years. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. So yeah, the editing just weeks, 5 or 6 weeks. But with the adding, it took me only a day or two, and I had to get it right. So I got it right. I had it finished, and yeah, that was pretty much it. yeah, that's just pretty much how long it took. So for that, it took me 3 months. The whole thing took me 3 months to work on that film, and I thought it was originally gone. Funny thing was, I thought it was originally gone when I was using my mom's computer, and now I have this new laptop, and it had some new stuff going on, new channel and everything. But then the only thing I didn't notice that my original drive, my original stuff was still on my mom's computer, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's still there? Because I thought it was erased. But then I got it back, and then I had to rework it, try to get it right, trying to make it look good. And yeah. So now that film is like 14 minutes long, and it's really good. I really love that. So yeah, it took me like a few days, and I had to release it on the 15th of April. Why is that? Because I wanted to release it on that day. There's no other day to do it. I originally should have done it on the 6th of March because that's how old I am, and that's how long. That was the day when it was released, about 2 years ago, which was my second anniversary, and now it's been re-released on the 15th of April. I might have to celebrate that anniversary on that day. Yeah, so yeah, it took me a long time. That's all I can say. So yeah, and now the other one, question from these are a lot of questions from Mirror Brothers Production. The first one I'm just gonna say from Mirror Brothers Production: can I, Vinny B, be a cameo in the film? Yeah, I would love for you to be a cameo in my Amazing Spider-Man universe. The sequel I'm working on, I didn't write who the cameo would be, but in Amazing Spider-Man 3, that I can't say much. I began writing it. I was gonna do cameo ideas of who would cameo for my Amazing Spider-Man film, but I mean, I would put my email there and see if you guys have anything, fun. So yeah, I would love to have that as a cameo, and for that, yeah, I would love that. And your second question: what is the primary tone of the film? Is it more of a drama, a comedy, a lighthearted romp? Yeah, that was also from Mirror Brothers Production. So that's a good question. And to be honest, I didn't really think of the tone. I mean, there's a bit of comedy, a bit of drama, and it was, I don't know, and sort of a little lesson there. There were, like in the beginning, which I almost forgot. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. So, yeah, it's pretty much of a mix altogether, because I didn't take any inspirations or anything. So the question is, how far along is this film? So, the film is about 14 minutes and 2 seconds, or probably 12 seconds. And that film was really good, and I think it was really good. He also asked, will we see Peter's origin story? Yeah, we'll see that in the beginning of the film, where it's me as Peter, and along with the other ones. His question is this a sequel to a previous film you released? No, it's not. It's just the only film I just made, and that was I didn't make another. I originally wanted to make a sequel, but I'm working on a new sequel. But that one's put on hold, and I'll tell you why at the end of the video. And now the last question from him is from Mirror Brothers Production is, will Harry Osborn be in the film? If you're asking about if he's in the sequel or in the first film, yes, He is in the first film, and he will be in the second, which I'll tell you about that later on in the video at the end. Yeah. So, yeah, Harry Osborn. Yeah, he didn't become that much important in the first film, but at the end of the video, he would become important later on, and that's where we get the origin of Green Goblin. So we get to see a slow origin of Green Goblin. So at the beginning of the film, we get to see Peter and Harry in a lab alone, no one around, and if you have not seen, in the lab, there's a green vial, and at the end of the video that you've seen is the origin of Green Goblin. So that's going to be in the sequel later on. Yep. Now, the other one, this one is from Elboy Carson. His question is, if you had more time and budget, what would you have added in Dream of a Hero? You know, that is a good question. I've been thinking about that lately. So, I would have done more with the origin story, but I actually didn't want to add the origin story. I wanted to only add like sort of a backstory, like some scenes. But then I would make Scorpion more accurate to the comic books, like give him a tail that is more CGI or practical, but mostly CGI, because that's the only thing I had to think of. And the character that you might have seen, the Thug, played by my little brother Landon from Amazing Spider-Man Dream of a Hero, he would have played Electro, but then instead I cameoed myself as Electro against Spider-Man, me as Spider-Man, which was really funny. and yeah, I would have made more suits along with it, but yeah, I would have had a lot more time. I would have hired a VFX artist, CGI person to help out with my film, because I knew a person who was also a friend of mine, and he's good at VFX and CGI and all that stuff, and he would have helped me with that. So I would have had more time with the villain, and which I'm planning to do a remake later on, which I'll tell you later in the video at the end. And then the last one from my buddy, my pal, Coulson Studios. He asked, will there be a sequel to Dream of a Hero? Yes, there is going to be a sequel. There is a sequel happening, but not right now, because unfortunately I decided to delay that because looking at Amazing Spider-Man Dream of a Hero, I felt like it wasn't really that much of a Spider-Man film, and Scorpion wasn't that accurate, but he does look cool, to be honest. He really does. So right now I'm doing a new version of Amazing Spider-Man Dream of a Hero, which I'm happy to announce. I decided that I'm announcing that I'm doing a newer version of Amazing Spider-Man Dream of a Hero, and that film will be worked on, and I had to rewrite and make it better, make Scorpion accurate, like give him that tail. And I'm adding another villain in that retold version. So I'm doing a retold version of Amazing Spider-Man Dream of a Hero, and hopefully I'll release that in 2024. And after that's done, Amazing Spider-Man, the sequel for Amazing Spider-Man Dream of a Hero, will be released. Will be worked on after the retold version of Amazing Spider-Man Dream of a Hero. And yeah, that's what it's gonna be. That's how I want it to. That's how it's gonna be. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So yeah. Thank you all for the questions, and I had a really great time with that. And yeah, this has been a really fun adventure for me. And the new suit I'm working on, um, which I didn't really want to talk about yet, but so the new, so my new suit, my replaced suit, um, which my Dream of a Hero suit was no longer gone, that you already know. So I'm making a newer version of the suit, and it is going to be based off the comic books. Yes, that's right. It's going to be the very, very first Amazing Fantasy 15 suit, homemade version of it, and it's going to be really cool. You're going to love it, guys. So it's got a bit of a mix of my own. The newer version is going to be a lot better. It's going to be more accurate. It's going to have a lot of inspiration from comic books and films, and it's going to be great. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be really good. Yeah. After that's done, I'm gonna be doing a lot of of work filming. So right now I'm gonna be writing it, storyboarding it, and everything else. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. And so for the film itself, after I'm done writing it, I'll be filming it in the beginning of 2024 and release it at around, let's just say, around mid to late 2024 release. That's what I'm going to say about it. That's pretty much what I'm going to say about it. Yeah, so thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys like, subscribe, leave comments down below. And for the Spider-Man fan film that you have not seen, I'll leave that down in the description below, along with my previous Q&A video. And I'll leave some more content. If you want to follow content, just follow me from my YouTube channel, Ian Huff Studios, for more content. And I'll be releasing some shorts right here on Ian Huff Studios. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao!